Okay, good morning, students. Today I am continuing with chapter 4 Market as a Social Institution. Okay, so here in this chapter we learned what is market, the sociological perspective on market, and the economical perspective on market. Then we learned about Adam Smith's viewpoint on market. Okay, now we are learning an example for tribal market. Okay, so we in general learned about market, and we discussed that market is a social institution where people come together for buying, selling, as well as for some other social aims. Okay, so now we are going through a market in Chhattisgarh state, Bastar district, and the name of that village is Dorai. So tribal market in Dorai village is what we are going to study today. Okay, so as the name indicates, it is clear that the market is run by tribal people. Okay, or the market is in tribal area. Okay, so in India, before moving into this tribal market, we are discussing about the general markets that are seen in India. Okay, in India we have different types of markets. We have weekly markets, we have bi-weekly markets. Bi-weekly means in a month, after 2 weeks there will be one market for one day. Then after 2 weeks again the market opens, like that. Or once in a month there will be market, or once in 6 months, or once in a year, like that. We have markets in the rural India. Okay, and sometimes related to some festivals. In some places you can see different types of markets, and usually we have in India weekly markets or weekly Haat, H-A-A-T, Haat, weekly markets, otherwise known as weekly Haat. Haat is an Hindi term, and in your textbook also it is written like the weekly Haat or weekly markets. Okay, so in peasant societies you can see this type of markets, weekly markets. Peasant societies means the societies where majority of the population are doing agriculture and related things as their occupation. Okay, so other name of peasant society, agrarian society. So in these peasant societies there are markets for selling produces and goods that the people are producing, as well as buying these products and goods. Okay, so in this place, besides the person who is going to sell or buy the things, you can see money lenders, astrologers, entertainers, etc. come together here in this markets. Okay, so in peasant societies periodical markets are there for selling produces and goods, as well as buying produces and goods, and you can see money lenders, astrologers, entertainers, etc. in this market. And there are special markets for especially for cattle, then markets for furniture, then markets for handicraft things, etc. And these are the common type of markets that you can see in the peasant societies in India. And these markets have a link with national economy also. This economy, these markets have a link with the local economy as well as the national economy. So that what does that mean? Means from one market, traders are coming, taking the products from there, and they are selling these products to another market. So there are local connection, and at the same time some may collect all those things from different markets, and they will sell this to some distant places. Okay, so these markets have a link with local economy as well as with national economy. Okay, so till now we learned that in agrarian or in peasant societies you can see periodical markets, and these markets are for selling products and buying products also. And besides this selling and buying, you can see money lenders, astrologers, entertainers, etc. in this market. And there are special markets for cattle sale, then markets for furniture and handicraft products also. And these markets have a link with national economy and local economy. And we call these markets as weekly haat. Usually weekly once these markets are functioning, and weekly market or haat is a major social institution for exchange of goods, services and social intercourse. That is the definition, or that is the basic concept or basic idea of weekly haat. It can be asked for 2 marks. Weekly haat is a major social institution for exchange of goods and services and social intercourse. Social intercourse means in these weekly markets people from different markets or different areas are coming together, and they are meeting, they are exchanging their ideas, and hence cultural exchanges happens over there. So locals sell their products, traders resale it to the town, traders purchase these things and they resale this to the town, and locals buy essential things that they are not producing from these traders. Okay, local people, for example the tribals are selling their products which they are producing in their area, and so many things, other things are there which they are not producing, so they purchase those things from these traders who are coming from towns and cities. Okay, so locals sell their products, traders resale it to the town, and locals buy essentials from the markets. Essentials in the sense, for example, jewelries and comb, etc. And meet kin, arrange marriages, exchange gossips, and so on. So that is the cultural exchange that is happening over there. So the weekly markets are the center for selling, buying as well as cultural exchange. That is the meaning of this paragraph. Understood? So that is also important. Weekly markets. Now we are moving towards the example given, that is a tribal market. The name of the tribal market that you have to study is Dorai market, and I already told you that Dorai is a place where is a village situated in Bastar district of Chhattisgarh state. Okay, so tribal markets are considered as social institutions, and tribal markets are managed or led by these tribal people. And now we are writing some basic introduction. Okay, during colonial period, these tribal areas were opened up by the Britishers. Okay, Britishers entered into these tribal areas, and they entered into their places. They visited the tribal market places, and there besides the tribal people, the money lenders, non-tribals and traders entered into their area. And at the same time, when these permissions were given, these tribal peoples were taken away. They were recruited by these Britishers to the nearby industries, and thus these tribal markets became a center for this tribal labor. If you want a person to be recruited in an industry, you can visit this tribal market and take away you can purchase a labor, you can purchase a tribe from there for their industry. So that is called as tribal labor market, where you get tribe laborers for your industries. Understood? Tribals lose their land, culture, etc. because outsiders are coming inside. They are exploiting their culture, they are exploiting their natural environment, and thereby the tribals lost their culture and land. And naturally their market got linked to the wider outside market. Wider market means outside market. Okay, earlier it was not like that. Tribal markets were exclusively for the tribals and local people, nearby local tribal peoples only, and but now because of the colonialism, the tribal areas were opened up, and hence people from outside, that is money lenders, non-tribals and traders entered into their places, and tribals were recruited to the nearby industries, and hence tribal labor market also developed. Tribals lost their land and culture, and their market got linked to the wider market. Basar district is populated by Gonds. Gonds are the Adivasis, Gotrangal. Okay, Basar district is populated by Gondugal. Gondugal in the Namalu Parayna, Adivasigalana avare. So weekly market is full of non-tribals, outsiders and tribals, as I have already discussed. And the market sells manufactured goods such as കാലിലിടുന്ന കൊലുസ്, ജുവലറി, കമ്മൽ തുടങ്ങിയിട്ടുള്ളവ, pots, knives, etc. Then non-local foods, the food items that are not available in the tribal area. People, the traders from outside sell those non-local foods here. And forest producers, tribals sell forest producers such as tamarind, then pepper, etc. Adivasis sell their goods, buy jewelry, clothes, etc. Adivasis sell their products here, and they buy things that are not producing in their area, such as jewelries and clothes. So whatever they are earning in a month or in a week, they are spending here. They sell their products, they get money, and with that money they purchase jewelry and clothes. So here many people exploited these tribals. They took away their land, they mixed their culture with the outside culture, and thus exploited the tribals. Then one famous anthropologist, Alfred Gell, G-E-L-L, Alfred Gell, who studied Dorai village, says this market has socio-economic significance. So Alfred Gell was an anthropologist who studied this Dorai village, and he says this village is having socio-economic significance. These markets are having socio-economic significance, and that means in this market you can see people sat at different places. For example, in the central zone you can see jewelry sellers, then middle class Hindu community traders who are selling things, and on the border side, on the outskirts, you can see the tribal people. So there also, in these markets also, you can see a hierarchical, social hierarchy and social distancing. So according to Alfred Gell, this market has a socio-economic importance, and this market positions high class people in the center and tribals on the outer circles. So I have drawn a picture here, and you can see in the center part, the central zone of the market, higher class people, Rajput traders, jewelry traders and other middle class Hindu communities are sitting in the center part and selling their products, whereas the tribals are sitting outside and selling their products. So there also you can see a hierarchical and as well as social distancing in these markets. So that is all about the tribal markets. So I will give you a clip of this for writing the notes, and then the part 3 is coming in nearby days. Okay, thank you so much.